How to survive in the business world? We're going to answer that great question in this video. Okay, let's rock. Let's make it happen. Surviving in the business world, wow, it's a dog-eat-dog world out there. It's not made for sissies. If you give up easily, forget about it. Don't be that person. Don't get into business because you're going to get eaten alive. And I hate to give you that sad truth, but that's the way that it is. There's so many people out there that want it so bad, that are so hungry. They want to feed their families. They want to better their lives, and they'll work super hard to make that happen. So you have to understand, if you're going to enter into the business world, that you've got to be willing to fight like a gladiator. You've got to push through every single day of your life and never stop. So I'm trying to get you hyped up because that's what it's going to take. Every day you wake up, you shouldn't have to feel like, oh my gosh, I got to go to work. Oh, it's another day at the business. No, if you're feeling like that, there's other people out there enjoying what they do. And this is another reason why we talked about in one of my earlier videos, why it's very important, it's vital that you find your passion and you make it happen. You want your passion to be your business so that every day you wake up, you enjoy it, you love what you do, and even after hours, you're still doing that. You're still working because you love it so much. Know that that's one of the secret sauces to why some people survive in business for a decade or decades. They survive because they've always loved what they've done. And even when they get through the tough times, you might be experiencing that right now. If this is a recent time, if you're watching this in 2020 and you're still like me, we're all going through this COVID-19 pandemic worldwide, and you're looking for answers. You're looking for solutions. You're saying, what do I got to do to survive right now in business? That's maybe why you're watching this video. Well, I'm here to help. So listen up. I'm going to give you some stories about things I've gone through that have helped me survive and how I've gotten through them. This may be the single video that you needed to watch to survive through your business, and I hope it helps. So let's start with my original business, the trading card business. Originally, we sold baseball cards, football, basketball, hockey cards. We're a sports card dealer. We also sold a little bit of memorabilia. We'd have autograph stuff. It was a great, fun business to be in, and I still have that business. Nearly 30 years later, we're still in that industry. But it took a lot of adapting, a lot of changes. We don't just do sports cards. In fact, sports cards are just a portion of our business. You know, we do gaming like Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh! We do all the different Dungeons and Dragons and miniatures, and we sell accessories. There's so many other things that we added to that business to help it survive and get through the tough times. And what we learned back when we were originally just a baseball card store was that we were just one-dimensional. We were just selling, baseball cards, and then we eventually got into football and basketball and other things like that, and that helped us out. But I'm going to tell you when it got catastrophic for me in that business, when I thought I was going out of business. In fact, I truly was a couple months away. I remember talking to the family, and I was talking to my father. The baseball strike had happened, and we basically had no customers coming in. Nobody wanted to buy baseball cards. They were on strike. Nobody was playing baseball. Here we are with a baseball card shop. So those players affected us a lot. It was terrible. It was tough. But I'll tell you what ended up happening is we kept having these people come in and ask for magic cards. If they didn't come in, they called us. Hey, do you have magic cards? And so every time I'd answer the phone, it was, collector's cash, how can I help you? Hey, do you have any magic cards? And we're like, Magic Johnson? And they're like, no, not Magic Johnson. Magic the Gathering. And we're like, no, we don't carry those. Well, eventually, after hearing so many people ask about these Magic the Gathering cards, a little light bulb went off, right? We're like, maybe we should try getting into these things. We don't know anything about them, but certainly it's a trading card. Maybe one of our distributors or suppliers is also selling these Magic cards, and we can get into them. We can still sell our sports cards, which basically aren't selling very well, but we could still leave those in the showcases and still try to sell them. But also, let's try this new Magic thing out. Getting into that Magic the Gathering, single-handedly saved that trading card business. If we had not done that, we were out of business. And, the way we got into it, and this is one of the secrets, this is one of the big takeaways from the video, was that we had already developed several friends that were out of state in the industry that we would talk to. And I would call these people and talk and say, hey, what's going on? What's new? What's the latest and greatest? What can you tell me? Hey, I tried this out. Did you try this new item, this new sports set, this came out, this new product, this new supplies, whatever. We would go back and forth and collaborate. And they were telling me, hey, if you haven't gotten into Magic, you got to get into Magic the Gathering. And so we ended up spending some money with them, and the rest was history. But it was the fact that I had developed, and if you remember, like my top 5 pillars about, surviving in a business, in a lasting business, find your passion and making friends, are 2 of those pillars. And making friends was one of the things that had saved me, because my friends in the industry who were in Florida at the time, they were the ones that really said, hey, you should get into this. If I had not built that relationship, I may never have gotten into Magic the Gathering, and then I may have gone out of business. I probably would have gone out of business. And I'm like, wow. And you say, well, how did you meet those people? Again, in other videos, I've discussed this. You have to go to trade shows. You have to go to conventions. You have to go to things like that, because that's where you meet people from out of state. Every industry's got them. They're all over the country every single year, except for right now during COVID, during this pandemic, they've canceled them all. But in normal circumstances, they have all these conventions and trade shows. And that's not only where you network and you meet all these friends and these great people, but you learn about the new products and things that are upcoming, things you've never heard about. You don't have to get into them. Not everything is going to pan out. So you got to make sure that if you're going to get into something new, that you don't spend the farm on it, right? Maybe just allocate a little bit of your business bankroll into that and get into it and try it out, dabble in it. But those conventions are huge. So understand that in order to survive in business, make sure you still love what you do, right? You got to be passionate about it. Make sure you're making a lot of friends. As I say, hustle daily, learn daily, right? You've got to be hustling daily. You got to be pushing harder. No matter how hard it gets, you got to keep going. You have to keep trying. You have to keep showing up for work. Keep putting your pants on. Keep putting your shoes on, because there's always somebody in your industry that's making it work. Model yourselves after them. See what they're doing. And if they're successful, maybe follow what they're doing. Follow suit, right? These are the things you've got to do. And I've been through such other hardships right now. This COVID one that we're living through is a worldwide economic hardship for everybody, even business owners, right? How am I going to get through this, you might ask, right? So I've got several businesses. And so let's talk about 4 of them. One of them, the trading card business, the retail store's closed. We're only shipping, right? So we lost our retail. Now, some of those customers can go online and order, and we'll ship to them locally, but still our retail store is closed. So we're losing that business. It's sad. Our gold buying business, gold prices are going up, but people are still at home. They're kind of scared to maybe get out and come to our stores. So our traffic's low. Maybe the fact that all the government stimulus money has come in, they don't need money as badly. And then my other 2 businesses are actually closed as of right now. So how am I going to get through that? I'm going to tell you how. This is how you need to get through it. I love those businesses. They're enjoyable. We're not going to give up. We're going to keep pushing. We're going to keep trying, because those businesses are going to survive. They're going to be people. That's the escape room business, and that's the axe throwing business. There are going to be people that want to throw axes. There's going to be people that want to do escape rooms. They're fun. It's entertainment. Maybe not now, maybe not next week, next month, but several months to come, next year, the ones that survive are probably going to be fine. They're going to do well, because there's going to be a lot of people that give up. So just simply by being the one that just pushes through and just rips it open, says, get out of my way, I'm going to keep going, and they just keep running, keep hustling, they keep boxing, they don't stop, those are going to be the ones that survive. If you've only got one business, you've only got that business right now, and you probably have a lot of your eggs in that basket. You have most of your money, most of your life savings saved up in that business. And if that's the case, in my opinion, you don't have a choice. And what you need to do is outwork that competition. Do things that they're not doing. Work longer and harder now than you ever have, because you're saving your business. That's your hen. That's going to lay the golden eggs. You need that thing. So push through. So the short answer, like I always say, how do you survive in the business world? You keep pushing. Push hard, and remember, be the hustler.